This is part 2 of the observation modules, or the videos that go along with the observation modules. And this one is the video for reporting your observations. So obviously there is a process that we go through to report these observations here. And you have some things that you can read there. But basically there are 5 parts to the observation. And I will show those to you. I'll talk about them. There are my models there, because I always hear, well, what do you want? So I modeled the process for you so that you can see what yours should look like when it's finished. You will complete the log of hours. That is the legal document, so to speak. That's the official document that shows actually how many hours you have spent in a classroom. Remember to take that with you, get it signed by the teacher, and then you're going to turn that in as you when you turn in your observations. It's best to have one of those logs for every set of observations. Basically there are 3 of them, and I'll go over those dates in just a little bit. So when you go there, arm yourself with the templates. I've already said that you should print them off. You'll see them as they come up in this part of the lesson, and I will have blank ones for you to print off so that you'll be all set to go on that one. So template 2 or template 1, you're going to record some things in the classroom. Template 2, you're going to look at the different classrooms that you are observing, and you're going to be able to make some comparisons, and that's going to be able to be used when you do the compare and contrast part of it, as well as when you do the template 3, which is where you're allowed to reflect on that. So there are some details that I want you to follow as you do the write-ups there. I have macular degeneration, so it is always a good idea to follow those specific instructions for writing them, because white space is a good thing, where one paragraph that goes on for 2 pages is not good. You won't have 2 pages of white paper of that anyway. But give me space between your thoughts and ideas, just like you would in normal paragraphing. And that does help me when my macular degeneration. There are some good things in there that you should read on the process. When will they be due? They're divided into 3 sets. Please do not turn in all 3 sets at one time. There will be a certain due date that one set will be due, then the next set will be due, and then the final set will be due at the end. Basically, this helps you as much as it helps me, because it gives me an idea or gives me a way to see whether you're doing it right, first of all. Secondly, you can spread out your visits, your observations. You don't have to get them all done within the first couple weeks of school. So the first one, you're going to have what's known as an observation week. There is no other lesson that will be due that week. This is a week that you go, or that you pull it all together. I don't suggest you wait until that observation week to get out into the schools, but this is where you can pull all your ideas together so that you're ready to post your observation report number 1 on September 30th. And there you're going to have 4 documents: the log, template 1, template 2, template 3 in the documents, and then you will do a compare and contrast video, and that will be explained as we go through this process as well. The second set is the week is October 24th, where you pull your ideas and thoughts together, and they're due on November 4th. And the final set of observations, the week is November 21st, and the final date due is December the 2nd. And we're pushing that last one because we're nearing the end of the class. So it's a good idea for you to get everything in order and done. Template 1, as you can see there, there's a sheet for you to take notes on. You need to fill out the top boxes and give me an idea of what the student population is like, because I'm not going to be in that classroom, but I want to see what's there. First of all, I need to know the name of the school that you're at, so somewhere at the top of that page you'll want to write the school name. The second thing is the teacher's name and the grade in each one of the boxes. So this is set up for you to observe 3 different teachers. If you did that, that's 6 hours of your observation done. You can do one, and then later on do another one, but you can keep them on the same sheet. Or you can do 4 hours and then turn that in so that you're shy an hour or two. However you want to work that out, that's your prerogative. Classroom arrangement is important to observe how the classes are arranged because they're done so pretty, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't. It's a concentrated effort on the teacher's part, how she puts those classrooms together, or how she puts her classroom together. So you'll want to comment on it, and then later on you'll be able to say whether you liked it or you didn't like it, but at least you're going to be able to have that information here. Remember, be specific in what you're putting down. Don't put any opinions in this, because that's not what you're doing. You're recording what you're seeing. It's pretty self-explanatory. Classroom routines, record those. I suggest you spend your first hour doing this sheet, because that way you've got the background and whatever that's been described. Classroom management, how does the classroom teacher take care of the classroom and do it. You'll see the next one is a model, in which I had been at Suns Coast School, and I changed the names of the teachers for this example. But anyway, the information is there, and that's the way it should look when it comes in on your sheet. So it says make notes on what you see in the 3 different classrooms. You'll submit that sheet as part of the observation. So that's the sheet you actually will submit. Template 2 is another one. You'll make notes on what's going on in the classroom. You do not have to limit yourself to these particular topics, but can add to it. And again, teacher's name, grade, school. It's important that I know what school you're at, because it's just an interesting process. With my experiences in Sarasota, Manatee County, I've been at a lot of these schools, so I have a pretty good preconceived impression about what's going on. So you have some questions to answer there, and some of them may apply more to the elementary, but I've tried to make adjustments for secondary and high school and middle school students, but do the best you can with those. There's one that refers to, let's see if I can find it. The teacher includes some display of diversity in the classroom discussions and shows exceptions. Display in the classroom might be pictures on the walls, books. There may not always be in the discussion. Some of them in the primary grades use books, and there'll be a multicultural book or something, or there'll be multicultural books in the library section of the classroom. So just that kind of thing should be noted in there. Don't specifically just look for whether the teacher's teaching diversity or not. Then you have my model again, in which I describe what I saw in the classroom. Notice the answers are not lengthy, but they do give me an idea what was going on, and I'm able to do that. The compare and contrast classroom process. This past semester, I did this as an experiment, and the students seem to really like it, so I'm requiring it this semester. You're going to do a video, and most computers have video cameras built into them, or you can probably use your iPhone and then upload the information from your iPhone if you wanted to do it that way. But you're going to compare and contrast the 3 classrooms or the 2 classrooms, or however many you did, what went on in there. Find what's alike about those classrooms, what's different about the classrooms. And then again, there's a video there for you to see my compare and contrast video. So I try not to ask you to do something that I don't show you, and give you a model of what should be coming and should be happening. Template 3 has to do with your reflections, and here you can use opinions, because you're going to be asked, what did this teacher do to, what's the first question? What made learning during this observation memorable or important or exciting? And then there's something, what did the teacher do to make a difference in the life of a child? It can be positive or negative. So you can then put in, well, I saw this that I didn't like what the teacher did, and it was really negative. And here you can add your opinions, because you're actually going to um, synthesize all the things that you had made in your notes. It's not, now you're going to pull it all together and take a look at it. Again, there are 8 questions there that you need to answer, and my model for that is also there. I got ahead of myself because the next section, video, oh, well, that's video 3. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you have any more questions, you'll be able to let me know.